How's it going, everybody? It's Cody Condor and welcome back to the channel. This will be our second video covering custom wrestling figures, and I'm very pumped for this one. This is a custom of one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, CM Punk, in an attire that I really doubt Mattel's gonna give us anytime soon. It's not from any of his matches, it's from his promos. I remember during my childhood watching Punk, and he was always wearing an outfit like this. He had the gray hoodie, the black shorts, so I wanted to beat Mattel to it and make a figure that captures that time period. And I want to let you guys in on a little secret. The only part of this figure that actually belongs to a CM Punk figure is the head scan. Everything else is random parts that we threw together to make this happen. And despite all of that, he's one of my favorite CM Punks in my entire collection, and that includes a lot of different figures. It makes for a great display piece. I love the way that all the cloth goods go together, from the t-shirt to the hoodie to the shorts, adding in the microphone and the title belt. It's one of my favorite CM Punks, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it here today. So we're going to get started with the materials. We're making our own cloth goods, and we want them to look just as nice as the Mattel ones, so we're going to need some fabric to work with. I chose this old pair of gray sweatpants to be the hoodie. Then I went with this yellow soccer sock from back in the day when I used to play. And lastly, we've got this old black pair of pajama pants, and we're going to use those to make CM Punk's shorts. Now please remember, we're aiming for used clothing here. Don't cut up anything that you'll regret later. And next, we're going to need some iron-on transfer sheets. These sheets, which I get for about $15 a pack at Walmart, will allow us to print out and iron on our favorite wrestling logos onto any cloth goods that we'd like. So obviously this step will also require you to have an iron. You'll also want to have a pair of scissors and a sewing kit at hand, and then you're good to go. Let's start making our 2012-2013 CM Punk. To get started with the hoodie, we want to draw an outline of our figure onto the fabric. In this case, we're going to take our messed up, mingled CM Punk figure, place him onto the fabric, and draw an outline using chalk. Now here's the important step. While you're cutting out the outline, make sure you're cutting both layers of fabric. Whether it's a shirt, pant, or sock, it needs to be 2 layers so you have something to stitch together. If you don't know how to sew, there's plenty of tutorials on YouTube. It's very easy and it's a fun hobby. You can see our hoodie nicely cut out of the pant. The size looks good. I love the coloring, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean by 2 layers. Notice how there's 2 layers of fabric here? That's what you need to do for every single piece of clothing we're going to be making, and you want to make sure you're sewing your pieces inside out. Here's what the hoodie looks like as a finished product. We sewed it inside out so that once I flip it back, most of the stitching is concealed to the inside. You don't see a lot of it. For extra detail, we added these little drawstrings to the hoodie and even attached them down to the shorts as well. This isn't a necessary step, but I like doing these little touches of detail because, like I said before, we want to make pieces that look like they were released by Mattel. And I think we achieved that with the hoodie. But how about the yellow GTS shirt? Let's get to cutting and sewing and show you guys how to make that. Similarly to the hoodie step, you're going to want to place your figure down on the material and use the chalk to trace out the outline of the t-shirt. I like how this one came out, and you're going to repeat the same process on the black material to make your shorts. Once again, you're going to want to cut out the shape that you've drawn onto the fabric, because that brings you to the next step, and the exciting one, adding on the logos. I've got this binder of wrestling logos that I'm waiting to put onto pieces, and we have the one that we need sitting right here, the yellow GTS. Ironing on the logos is actually easier than you think. By simply cutting out the logo and firmly pressing the iron on, you can get a beautiful result like this. We made the pink and black John Cena shirt, which happens to be my favorite Cena design of all time, and one that Mattel hasn't made yet. I'll show you a second example here where I made a Bullet Club shirt. This was actually my first ever attempt at making a custom iron-on logo, so the quality's not quite as nice as the Cena shirt, but regardless, I'm showing you the process. It's trial and error. Like anything else, the more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. And my confidence has definitely been growing when it comes to making these pieces. And that is how we made our custom 2012 CM Punk from his 434-day title reign. As I said earlier, I love this piece. I think it looks great on my shelf, and I'd love to see which versions you guys make for your own collections. I also hope Mattel makes their own version. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you're enjoying the wrestling figure content. I'm having a great time making it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.